Good afternoon, everyone. We begin this day with breaking news. At the top, New York Yankees George Steinbrenner, the owner of the Yankees, who had many ties to Northeast Ohio, has died after suffering a heart attack this morning. We're told Steinbrenner died in a Tampa, Florida hospital. We have team coverage on this breaking news story, but we begin with a look back at a remarkable career. Here's ABC's John Berman.
If you can't make the tough decisions, you can't be the boss.
For better or worse, he was the boss. Owner of one of the most famous and successful sports franchises in history. He came to the scene in 1973, bought the once proud Yankees from CBS, and began to resurrect the franchise. He went after many of baseball's biggest stars, outbidding and overpaying for them, and brought greatness back to the house that Ruth built. Steinbrenner's domineering success soon gave way to equally domineering failures. He made questionable acquisitions, and his blunt, hands-on approach produced no championships through the 1980s. Off the field, he was suspended from baseball twice, once for seeking information that would discredit a star outfielder who was in a contract dispute with him. But he was most famous for his impulsive moves. As the boss, he changed managers 20 times in his first 23 seasons. He hired and fired Billy Martin 5 times.
That's not the way it's going to be, George.
You're damn right it is, and if you don't like it, you're fired.
You haven't hired me yet.
Without him during his second suspension, the Yankees were able to develop and keep a core of young players. And a new Yankee dynasty was born.
And the New York Yankees are the team of the 20th century. The celebration begins.
His business success remains a model for sports franchises everywhere. The Yankees were one of the first teams to have their own cable network, helping turn a $10 million investment into a $1 billion empire. And in Tampa, Steinbrenner's longtime home, he is known and loved for his quiet but enduring philanthropy. Yankee fans will always remember him, both as the man who brought the glory days back to the Bronx and the man who fired the most beloved Yankee of all time. Some will remember him, not unjustly, by his caricature on Seinfeld, blustery and irrational, truly the boss.
I'm going to stick with the calzones from Paisanos. That's the ticket.
But the image of the boss at the 2008 All-Star Game, weakened by time and overwhelmed by emotion, touched everyone. And now, the boss is dead. John Berman, ABC News, New York.
And we have continuing coverage on this breaking news story. George Steinbrenner was born in Northeast Ohio and has deep ties to this community. News Channel 5's Tracy Carlos joins us live from Rocky River, where George Steinbrenner was born. Right, Tracy?
That's right, Leon. George Steinbrenner was born July 4th, 1930, right here in Rocky River, Ohio. Steinbrenner bought the New York Yankees in 1973, and during that time, he won several pennants and World Series titles. Before going into baseball ownership, however, he was the son of a Great Lakes shipping tycoon, and he made his money as chairman of the Northeast Ohio-based American Shipbuilding Company. Now, just 1 year before he bought the Yankees, he tried to buy the Cleveland Indians, but his offer was refused.
Opportunity to buy the Indians years ago, and you know it's one of those what if would have happened. Yeah, I know he was a Clevelander, and I think it was Lorraine Shipbuilding was his claim to wealth, and I'm sad. You know, the Yankee rivalry. You know, you kind of learn to hate George over time, but still, I mean. He was a good guy, tough competitor, and when he was here, he did a lot for Cleveland.
Too bad. I always got a kick out of him, really. You know, kind of flamboyant guy, and I liked Larry David's impression of him on his show.
Now, Steinbrenner's wife is an Ohio State graduate, and the couple were very big donors to the school. Live in Rocky River, Tracy Carlos, News Channel 5.
As we said, Tracy, deep, deep ties here to Northeast Ohio. Thank you, Tracy.
Absolutely.